R.I.P. Jack O, bro. I feel so bad for DC Youngfly, bro. That's my nigga, bro. It's a real street nigga, bro. I shed a tear for my boy. I shed a tear for that nigga yesterday on the balcony, bro. I ain't lying, bro. Losing the mama of your 3 children, that shit put tears in my eyes, bro. That's my right there, bro. That shit put tears in my eyes, bro. I wish a bitch I would go get plastic surgery. I'm taking the keys out the car. I'm not letting it happen, bro. I'm not letting it happen, bro. I'm hurting for my boy. I'm hurting for that.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? You already know who it is and you already know what it is, but just in case you don't, it's your boy Anthony Simmons, the host of this here podcast, Higher Heights, and we got a lot to unpack today. You already seen the title and you seen the thumbnail, so you know what you're here for, and you seen the intro video that we previously showed you where Boosie is making a comment on today's topic. Now, today's topic is an interesting one. It's one of my pet peeves. It's a thing that I constantly stress about and talk about to women and young women all over the world, and I'm constantly stressing this issue to try to get them to understand and see something. But before we get into that topic, let me let y'all know this right now. My channel is constantly growing. It is becoming huge. It's becoming large, and I want y'all to get in on the ground floor of that. For my people who always faithfully watch, share the content, and all those good stuff, I am greatly appreciative of you for those things. Now, if you're new to the channel, let me let you know what you can do to the channel. I need you to hit that like button. It don't cost nothing to hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell, because you definitely don't want to miss when I'm dropping content like this. And also, don't forget to leave a comment in the chat. I love to see the comments. I love to interact with people on here, and I love to hear the viewpoint of other people. With no further ado, let's get it. Now, when I first heard about this topic earlier this week or later last week, I tried to leave room for DC Youngfly and his wife, DC Youngfly, his kids, his immediate family to have their grieving process, because I understand what it's like to lose a close loved one. And if you understand what that means, then that means that sometimes you need your space and privacy to process what's going on with you without the world reacting to it. With that being said, we know we live in a social media area where everybody is looking for clips, looking for views, and trying to offer their opinion on situations. Well, if you don't know what's going on, DC Youngfly, wife and mother of his children, has passed away tragically and sadly due to effects from supposed plastic surgery that she had. So let's send an RIP up in the chat for Jackie O. Jackie O is her moniker. Jackie O is what she went by. I'm heard she was one of the girls on the Nick Cannon show Wild and Out, where you could also have found DC Fly. Some of y'all are familiar with him from there, but for others are familiar with him from his show where he's part of the Three-Headed Monster on the 85 South show. With that being said, the mother of his 3 children passed away tragically, and they're saying it's related to the plastic surgery or the body altering surgery that she had done to her. Now, when you see in the earlier video that I played before this video even started, you can see where Boosie's sending out his condolences. DC Youngfly is obviously somebody he holds close, and is saying, hey, RIP, you know what I'm saying, sending his condolences, sending his prayers to DC Youngfly, as they should be sent. Boosie also says something else in this video that I totally agree with, because if you've seen the title on the thumbnail, where women are starting to say that overwhelmingly that men are the cause for them to go out and have these surgeries, to go out and alter their body, to go out and do some of these extreme things that we see women doing these days in order to be looked at as attractive. I don't agree with that at all. First of all, this is a spoiler alert. I don't agree with it here on Higher Heights. I'm gonna tell y'all the real deal, the truth, because y'all know this channel stands for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Now, when I talk about this, I want y'all to understand, women want to blame men. We all want to blame somebody for the things that happen in our life, but when we get truly mature, we understand the real root of the problem, because the issues of life come from the heart. I don't care what you're talking about. I don't care what the surrounding situations and circumstances are. Our issues of life come from what's already built inside of us. Now, Boosie says in this video, hey, he better not catch none of his females going out and having plastic surgery. He said, because if I catch them, if I find out, I'm taking the keys to the car. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. Now, let me leave that right there for y'all to ponder on, and we'll get back to that later. But Boosie's statement on it is, hey, if I catch one of my females going to do this dangerous life-altering surgery, body-altering surgery, hey, I'm taking the keys to the car. You're not doing it on my watch, and we'll get back to that later. But as for this subject of women blaming men, women saying, hey, if it wasn't for the ideal that men have of these women and what men find attractive, we wouldn't be going out here and having this surgery. Newsflash, let me tell y'all this. I am a man. I do not speak for all men, but I know enough men to know this. Men do not care about all the fake lashes, the fake hair, the fake body part, the fake nails. We do not care about the wigs. We do not care about the colorful weaves. We do not care about all the eccentric stuff that y'all got going on. I'm going to be honest with y'all, and this is the sad truth about men that most women don't understand. And if you're not grown enough to understand this by now and know what I'm talking about, then you probably shouldn't be on this channel, because I'm not religious. I'm giving it to you straight from God, like God gives it to me. Men do not care. The sad truth about men is this. Most men, especially immature men, will sleep with literally anything. I got homeboys, I got partners who have been with women on the late night tip. They do not care. Yes, all of that flashy stuff looks attractive. It gets people attention, but it gets people attention for what it's worth, for exactly what you're trying to do. The flash and all the glitz and the glamour gets their attention for that specific thing. Most men I talk to do not care if you're a natural woman. They want you to be natural. They do not care if you got these eyelashes that might take somebody else's eye out when you blink. We don't care about that. We don't care about these long nails that get in the way of you possibly fixing us a sandwich. We don't care about that. So these are things that you guys want, because let me tell y'all something. Men do not care. And that's a sad thing, but we don't care. The reality of the situation is, if a man likes you, he likes you for you. If a man likes you, I didn't say if a man wants to sleep with you, because you can see something out here that ain't even worth being with and you will sleep with them or lay with them. We know men like that, right? So I know I'm not dropping a bombshell or a truth shell that we shouldn't know right now. But as far as actually liking something about you, men are attracted to deeper things than that in order to being attracted, as far as being attracted to a woman. Another issue is women compare themselves constantly to other women. Women constantly compare themselves to other women. Men don't do this. Real men do not compare. I didn't say we don't compete, but we do not compare. A man can see another man have a nice house. He wants to go get him a nice house. He's going to say, I'm going to get me a nicer house. You got a car? I'm going to go get me a car with some rims on it. But we're not doing nothing to my body. What God gave my body, that's what it is. Men learn that early. I got to work with what I got to get what I want. If I'm ugly, I better be able to fix a car. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm ugly, I better be able to pay a bill. You know what I'm saying? My looks ain't gonna get me nowhere, and I learned that early. But women, a lot of women from a young age begin comparing themselves to the women they see around them, to the women they see in schools, to the women they see on social media, to the women they see in these magazines, to the women they see on Love and Hip Hop and reality shows. Women are always comparing themselves to another woman. If one woman got red bottoms, you want to go get red bottoms. If one woman got 1-inch eyelashes, you want 2-inch eyelashes. And so you're gonna be more eclectic and eccentric than the next woman, because your whole point is to stand out. You want to stand out with women. But what that actually does in turn, by everybody doing these same trends, everybody getting the fake nails, everybody getting the fake lashes, everybody getting the fake butt, everybody getting the fake breasts, everybody ends up being lumped into the same category. Social media is a lot to blame for these women's insecurities, because you look on here and you see some of these women who seem to be living their best lives, who seem to be the ones who getting invited around the company of these so-called selective men with the bank accounts and stuff like that. So you see them at the parties. You don't see the misery of the aftermath of them having to perform all these things or to do all these things to get these attention. On social media, you even have older women now who want to have these surgeries. Older women now who want to compete with younger women, who want to compare themselves with younger women. Oh, I look good to be 60. Oh, we're killing it. We look better than those that are in their 20s. Who cares? If you're secure in yourself, there is no comparison. There is no comparison, and where there is no comparison, there is no competition. And while I'm on this subject, let me say this. let me say this. I do agree with this. And shout out to at Pink Book Lessons on YouTube. Pink Book Lessons. She gave me the inspiration for this specific part of this conversation that I want to have. Y'all, the reason men, especially in 2023, need to see you natural is because of this. All the transgender community, all the LGBTQ community, all these drag queen community, we see them being as eccentric and eclectic as possible when it comes to trying to show themselves to be feminine, when it comes to trying to purvey a feminine image, but they actually go above and beyond. And a lot of these images that you see are regular women, are natural women doing these days. They stole them from these women. They stole them from these transgender. They stole them from the LGBTQ community. They stole these ideas from them. So now you see a multitude of our women walking around looking just like them. It wouldn't be hard for a man to tell a natural woman if our natural women stayed natural. I could easily separate you guys apart if I could see, wait, that's a natural woman. She wears her own hair. She wears her own lashes. She doesn't don't even get me started about the eyebrow trend that was about 10 years ago where women were shaving off their eyebrows only to draw more eyebrows on, which looked ridiculous. But men are not. The reason we're more confused than ever is because most of our women are out here presenting themselves like the people of this community. Now they can say that they're not, but most of the things y'all do, they do the same thing. So how can we tell the difference? You guys need to set yourselves apart. And how you set yourselves apart these days, the new crazy is being normal. Be yourself. Be happy with who you are. And let me wrap this thing up in just a nutshell real quick. One of my pet peeves that I constantly tell people that I had to learn myself is if you do not love God, if you do not love his creation. Let me say that again for the people who don't understand.
You cannot possibly love God. I know this is going to be a bombshell. If you do not love his creation.
What is his creation? You are his creation. You are God's creation. If you were born with a flat booty, keep your flat booty. If you ain't got so much up here, keep it. Now, some of you have to get a reduction because some of you have some really big ones and that's causing problems in your life. That's a different subject. Some of you women have things going on with you that you might have to go get surgery for those things, but that's because it's a medical issue. But anything short of a medical issue, if it's an insecurity, a vanity issue, keep what God gave you. The reason I'm saying this is because of this. And I have told this story many times on my platform. I got these tattoos all over my body, not for me. Women like to tell themselves, oh, I'm getting this for me. This is how I feel. It makes me feel good to do this. That's a bold-faced lie. When I got these tattoos, it's because I did not think I was good enough. Being 6'4", being black, being who God created me be was not obviously good enough. I got these tattoos as a conversation piece. I got these tattoos because I thought it was a way for me to stand out, which actually in turn turned out to be the wrong thing because in 2023, everybody got tattoos. So I actually don't stand out, but I actually got them because I thought I wasn't good enough. At this age now, would I go do the same thing? No, I wouldn't. Do I knock young people for doing it? No, because you got to experience this life for yourself. You got to see about it for yourself. I just know what God told me. God told me you're good enough the way I created you. So we got to start understanding this. If you got a flat booty, ladies, let me tell you something. It's somebody that adore that flat booty. It's somebody that will adore that flat booty. You got to stop letting other people dictate how you feel about yourself, and let's get to that. When you know who you are, on this channel, we keeps it real. When you know who you are, when you're secure in who you are, then nobody else can body shame you. Nobody else can make you feel away. Nobody else can tear you down because you have an internal confidence. The reason I know that this starts at a young age because I have little girls myself, and I see my little girls already doing the edges, already adding the extensions, already doing the little things that they want to do as much as I will allow them to do to keep up with the females that they see around them at school. They will do it. That's why as a father, I'm always setting limitations. That's why as a father, I'm always trying to instill confidence that you are a beautiful young woman. It doesn't matter about all these accessories. How you were created, you are beautiful. I don't know if that's the issue with every woman, but I know these insecurities start at a young age and it has nothing to do with men. Because guess what? When you're young, you're playing in the sandbox, and when people first begin to develop feelings for each other at a young age, they're not thinking about no fake eyelashes. They're not thinking about weave. They're not thinking about fake butt implants. They're not thinking about anything. At the base and the innocence of attraction when you're a young kid, it has nothing to do with none of these things. Sure, like I said, you can see the flashy girl who's able to do those things at young ages and guys are attracted to them. But I'm telling you, they're attracted for one reason. The attention that these women are getting are one thing and one thing only. If you are dating a man, ladies, however, who loves these kind of things, which is very rare and few and far between when you really get to the essence of what men want. If you do so happen to date a man who wants you because of your looks, that's got to be a sad existence. If your man is suggesting that you do something that can potentially lead to hurt and harming your body, because we all know a lot of people don't like surgeries, because once you begin to have surgeries, you begin to deteriorate. When you drive a car off the showroom floor, there's no better value than before it leaves that showroom floor, meaning you ladies, when you're natural, when you're normal, you haven't had any augmentation, any kind of thing, you will never be any better than when you came out the showroom floor. The minute you begin to add something to a car, it begins to depreciate. The minute you begin to replace things on cars, they begin to depreciate. And that's the same way with surgery. So if you're with a man who does not accept who you are, he does not want you. So first of all, let's get back to this real quick and let's end this up. The truth is you're insecure. The truth is, like God says in the Bible, you're drawn away by the desires of your own flesh. Then you commit a sin, and that sin is not loving God. That sin is being disobedient to God and replacing things on your body and doing things that make you stand out or appear to stand out from other women. You want to compare yourself, and guess what? We all know that everybody in life ain't the same thing. You need to start loving yourself. You need to find out who you are, and you need to take a year off of not wearing anything. I challenge most of these ladies right now who say they do it for themselves. Here's the challenge, and put it in the comment. If you haven't liked this video, like this video, run them likes up. I need you to hit that sub button, and I need you to hit that notification bell. But put in the comments too, because I need to talk to y'all about it. I need to hear y'all, what y'all think about this. Start loving yourself, ladies. I challenge ladies who say they doing it for themselves to take a year off. If it ain't for nothing else, just take a year off. Don't do anything as far hygiene, of course. But we want to talk about all this extra additives and all this stuff. Don't do it for a whole year. See how your life is just being you. Start to love yourself. When we talk about all this self-love and all this healing, it starts there. It don't start with that relationship that you've been in where Tony been busting your head and doing you wrong for 30 years. That's a good start. But what I'm saying is where self-love really starts is loving who you are. Most women who practice self-love and all this healing, the first thing they go do is get their hair and their nails done and go get all this stuff, and they say that's love. No, start to love yourself. With that being said, put it in the comments. I want to know what y'all think about this. Are men the reason? Are women's insecurities the reason? Is social media to blame? Who's to blame for this trend that we got going on that's threatening the lives of our women and also confusing a lot of these men out here? Put it in the comments. Until next time, y'all be blessed.